but it's Mickey Mouse bullshit.
Oh, come on now. Oh, come on now.
I haven't got time for this Mickey.
Be relentless. That's it. I'm done.
Ooh. Yo, what's up? Oh, wow. Getting started, getting ready. All right. Yeah. All right. My mic sounds nice. Check one. My mic sounds nice. Check two. All right. We are live. We are in living color. My name is Mike Reed. I am coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm a commercial appliance service technician. Started out doing both at an early age. Stopped doing the commercial side when I was a younger man because I didn't want to get my fingernails dirty. And eventually came to my senses and realized that the commercial is where the money's at. So here I am. Here I is, coming to you, telling you everything you need to know about the commercial side of the business. And once again, my name is Mike Reed. Now, about you, for you, on the screen, you will see, oh, it's not on the, oh yeah, all right, so on your phone, pan to the top. If you're watching me on your TV, tablet, or laptop, it is down at the bottom. You can come on up here, you can ask your questions. Any question you would like to have about the business, we can talk about it. So while I'm droning on and you guys are building the courage to come on up and talk to a brother, I'm going to tell you about some of the latest and greatest that's been happening to me. I had other stuff scheduled to talk about, but life be lifing. So here we go, lifing. I normally take care of a men's shelter. And they have a really nice setup. It's living quarters. They feed them religious facilities, and they actually teach them things. I haven't quite got into what the hell they teach them, but they teach them stuff. Yo, hey, hello, good to see you there. Day one, spreading my channel through comments. Okay, good to see you. So for games, I don't know. What's the name of your channel? Is it just, what was that supposed to be, Truman Games? So let us know, how do we get a hold of you? How do we find your channel? So you can, on this channel, you can do more than just say hello. You can actually shout out your channel. Let us know how to find you. What's going on, Hestia Siam? I guess I do know. Anyway, interesting. Interesting. Oh, I do know you? Interesting. Okay. I know you. Nice. Well, thank you for being here, being that I know you and all. So, wait a minute. Son of a bitch. I knew this bottle was gone. I knew this bottle was gone. I bet you my daughter was drinking this. Son of a bitch. Anyway, so I've been taking care of this shelter, and they have a really nice kitchen. I got stuck. You know, every time you try to get out, they pull you back in. I do everything. I typically do everything for my clients except for the walk-ins. And now these walk-ins are in such bad shape, no one will show up. So they come to me begging and pleading, saying, "Oh, please, what can you do?" So yeah, I go ahead and explain to them what the various failures are, the breakdown, and that the units are like Swiss cheese at that evaporator, and then it's time. You know what I'm saying? Do I know you or something? Do I know you from Instagram or something like that? Because I'm not broadcasting on Instagram right now. And I am not recognizing the name. So, interesting. But if I know you, that's nice. I don't know what a Hestia Sam is. Sounds very Indian. But anyway. Yo, Uncle Kango, what's happening with you, bro? What is the word? Oh, matter of fact, let me just go ahead and play this while I am. So anyway, anyhow, why you're damn. The reason why you're going to be seeing these videos that I'm playing in the background is because I'm getting roped into build outs on these walk-ins because my clients are now at the point where they're doing tear downs. They're tearing down their facilities, building new ones. Everything is about winners and losers. And right now, when the money gets funny, I always tell everybody that when the money gets funny, you know, you end up with the winners and losers. And fortunately for me, I have more winners than I'm dealing with losers. So this one particular facility they're growing. and they're going to be adding a $2 million facility. They're going to be building out with a very large walk-in. I've already made changes, so I'm working with the kitchen planner. Damn, where's his name? We already worked out the people that we have in common. Yeah, he is CFSP certified. So he's one of the certified food service designers. So he's going to be redesigning the whole kitchen, and we're actually going to be working together. Yeah, I don't know what the name is here. You will have to help me out. I've, particularly in my career, I have stayed away from build outs. I've stayed away from making walk-ins from scratch, the floor and the full nine. But it looks like I'm gonna end up doing that this time around. It is what it is. So we're gonna be, the budget is $2 million on this kitchen. I'm sorry. I'm so used to saying that. The budget is $2 million on this store. And I know most of you would think that are in the business, say, oh, that's not enough. But you would have to envision Aldi's, right? Imagine a small Aldi store format. Oh, shoot, I don't have them mute. Untamed Kango says you saw 2 pickup trucks, around a dozen large recovery tanks, each this morning at the Winn-Dixie. Yeah, dude, that when you're dealing with rack systems, that's why I give you guys the information about the class. If you are at all interested in learning rack systems, that is actually, you said it was only around a dozen. So yeah, a dozen is actually light. If you would have probably counted, it probably was more than a dozen. On average, it's funny because a guy was just all right. One of the guys, HVACR Survival, he just put out a video today, and he said that he had to recover 125 pounds. Hold on, let's find it real quick. It'll be easy enough. Yeah, when you go to URI, you'll very often see them pull up with the pickup truck, and the whole back of the pickup truck is full with recovery tanks and stuff like that, because they have to recover the charge and stuff like that. And that particular client, they might have had an issue, and then they decide to just go in with virgin or whatever the case is. And yeah, that is standard. That's standard. So let me see if I can find this here real quick. Let me go on YouTube. And just so you guys know, you're gonna have to, because I'm like under educational, so it might be a little hard to mark my channel as for notifications. So we'll see how that goes. HVACR Survival. And let's see. Yeah, here it is. See, so we put this out 5 hours ago. I thought it was a simple leak repair, because he used to do regular restaurants and stuff like that, and he got bored, and he was ready to quit. and then this company bumped them up to working on this kind of stuff. Let me see here. Okay, so yeah. It was 125 pounds, and this is really at a leak. So 125 pounds of a refrigerant that was in a unit that still had a leak. That's not that bad. That's not that bad, but you will often see those guys with quite a few jugs, 12 to 36 jugs at a time. Very common. All right, so let me go back. Let me go back to where I was. So anyway, so it looks like I'm going to be putting in my numbers on. It looks like I'm going to be putting in my numbers on a build out for a. It's essentially the concept is a food pantry. Just imagine an Aldi's where you don't have to pay. So you still have to have everything. The reason why I say it's Aldi's because it's actually going to be, the concept was designed just like an Aldi's. I mean, they really put a lot of effort into this freaking. They really put a lot of effort into it, and it was like in the meeting they kind of looked at me when I was like, "Oh, that looks like an Aldi's," and then everybody's like, "Oh, like yeah, you've been discovered. you spent all of 15 minutes whipping this thing up." So, but anyway, it's there's still a register because they need inventory management. So everything's going to have to be scanned on the way out. That way they know when to restock everything and whatnot. So I'll essentially just be putting in a couple of things. Yeah, I have Roblox. Yeah, I'm an old guy. My daughter could probably join your Discord. I'm not. I don't do the Roblox thing. My daughter does that. I have Discord, which I hate. I hate Discord with a passion. So I'm not in there. Yeah, I got Discord. Don't ask me what it is. I have no idea what the hell my Discord is. I never go in there. All it would be is just people asking me questions on how to work on stuff. And I hate that. I hate that with a passion. So yeah, not gonna be in that one there. But thanks for coming. Thanks for joining. Hey, whatever your channel is, you can drop it down at the bottom, the title of your channel, how people can find you. I don't mind that kind of stuff. So anyway, so it is a if you've ever been involved with build outs on new facilities, a $2 million budget is actually quite doable, especially with there only being a walk-in, this very large walk-in. Actually, the entire back half of the store is going to be walk-in. And I had them change it from just the stainless steel or aluminum paneling to the glass doors. So we're gonna picture just like Aldi, where you have the doors, or like a flower shop. So I really would like them to go with like a flower shop style of walk-in. And that's going to be in the back, and on the far left wall will be a recessed merchandiser, just like the one you see on the screen here that True makes. So we haven't quite nailed down what equipment, but once again, like I said, I get married to this stuff from cradle to grave. So that is, what the hell is happening? So that is currently what I am roped into. Oh. Sorry, looking at messages that just popped up. Interesting. So that's one of the things I'm getting roped into. A lot of food concepts are on steroids. A lot of these franchisors are they're putting everything into overdrive. They're really hyping this situation up. I don't know if it's if they plan on people investing their 401k after they've been laid off from, the airlines, like I was telling you guys before, talking about that stuff. So people getting laid off from Spirit, or people getting laid off from UPS, and they have a little bit of change and they don't want it to evaporate. They don't want to start eating. They don't want to start having to live off of it. They would rather try to invest it. And typically, it's going to be like feast or famine with that kind of stuff. And it's like, look, if you invest into a franchise, they've got a good success rate, and you get a 20% return on your money with the franchise versus 5 or 8% in the stock market. If that, you might actually take a loss with the stock market. So the vultures are out. And I hate the segue to go from vultures to start talking about food chains, but yeah, there's a number of food chains, food concepts that they are coming to a city near you. So just because the economy is in this K shape, just because gas is super high, people are always looking to take advantage. People are always looking to invest their money. They're always looking at a way to have their money work for them while they're sleeping. I go through all that to say there are opportunities out there. It is not all doom and gloom. Ordinarily, I prefer to talk about doom and gloom, but I really don't have much doom and gloom. The most I can speak on doom and gloom is, yes, the McDonald's are shrinking in numbers. Yes, the Burger King are shrinking in numbers. Yes, the Wendy's are closing. I've never been a fan of Wendy's. They put preservatives in their beef, and I get an allergic reaction. I can't breathe when I eat it. So I haven't eaten Wendy's in decades. And every time I go ahead and try, I get allergic reaction. I go, oh, that's why I don't eat Wendy's. So Wendy's are closing. Carl's Jr.'s are closing. Jack in the Box are closing here in Houston. The one down the street from my house is closed. Church's Chicken are closing. Popeyes went through a thing from some years back. 7 Pie, I think, are almost all gone. Denny's is going through a thing. So what that is doing is that is leading to opportunity. That's leading to opportunity in all those different categories. Chicken has been exploding with Dave's Hot Chicken, Houston Hot Chicken, Lane's, Cane's, you name it. Unfortunately, the salad concept is really going through it right now. sweet greens, salata. In my opinion, chicken salad chick is kind of like stalled out, and I don't know where we're gonna categorize that, either chicken or salad or whatever. I don't know. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that reminds me. Yo, there is a whole. Oh my God, the guy behind, and this comes from Restaurant News and NRN. The guy behind Smoothie King. He's coming up with a chicken salad concept. The protein. It's all of this is driven by the protein. So beef is expensive. The price of beef was supposed to come down actually 2 years ago. It still hasn't come down. I don't. Yeah, you can't explain that one to me, why beef hasn't come down. It takes 3 years for the cows to develop, calves to develop and be ready to be taken to market. And we haven't had a drought. No one can explain that, the beef thing, to me. Whatever. But beef, bison, all that stuff, we're still having problems with that. But chicken. So chicken, pork has been a problem, but chicken. So chicken is the one protein that we haven't really had that much of a problem with lately, and it's pretty universal. You don't have to worry about. It's not like fish. Like, I can't eat fish. Oh, that reminds me. Just like Red Lobster. Yeah, Red Lobster is going through a thing. Just because the big restaurant chains are going through an issue, that has nothing to do with us. There's always going to be another restaurant. As a matter of fact, the more of these larger Olive Garden, Red Lobster, Carl's Jr., these larger locations that go down, that means that there would have to be 2 or 3 smaller restaurants or medium-sized restaurants that would have to take the place of one Olive Garden, one Red Lobster. So it actually means more work for us. So I seeing one of those places go away is not really that. It's not really that traumatic. It's not really that big of a deal. Oh man, hold on, the video stopped. Yeah, that video stopped. Okay. All right, next one. So that was true. Here's Imperial. I just got a couple little things from Imperial. This is what the factories look like. If you notice, you don't see a ton of people running around in there. Build back better. Yeah, I know, build back better, but that doesn't mean that you're going to have a ton of people in these factories. It is a relatively small amount of people that are responsible for putting these damn pieces of equipment together. And there's these things are just in time maintenance. Manufacturing. This is also Imperial. So yes, they'll press out a number of fittings, number of pieces. And as you see, look at the hundreds of thousands of people. Look at them. Look at them all. Look at them all. So as you can tell, there's really not that many people involved with manufacturing these ranges, these ovens. Look at that. There's oh look, we got 3 whole people in the frame. 3 whole people. So this is Imperial out there in California. Oh, there's another one. 4. Wow! Look at the hordes of people. This is modern manufacturing. There's the finished product, all boxed up, ready to go. So the guy that is, well, I'm actually shopping, right? The kitchen designer, oh shit, I put away his card. But the kitchen designer, he kind of wants to go with Ollie Group, which is including Well Built, because Well Built got absorbed by Ollie Group. So I'm all for that, actually. I'm authorized with I want to say like 75% of what Ollie Group manufactures, and about 50% of what this is Imperial, and about 50% of what Well Built manufacturers. So I'm perfectly fine with his choice. All right, let me see here. I'm going to kill the sound on that, and I'll be able to talk to you guys. So Imperials put out some videos for today. Oh yeah, here's the clamshell. Imperials put out some videos for today. Make myself small again. Imperial, Majali, True. Imperial, Majali, True. Oh, and Zero Zone. They've all put out new videos. Check them out. Plenty of videos that you can learn what the latest and greatest is. Just like these clamshells, you don't have to deal with Taylor. Your customers don't have to have a Taylor clamshell griddle. Your customers don't have to go, and I'll see, this is one of the ones you don't have to go with a Garland clamshell griddle. Although I can do the general market, and I'm trained on the Chick-fil-A. I got trained and certified on the Chick-fil-A version of the Garland clamshell griddle, and I'm authorized for the general market. I'm just not authorized for the McDonald's. That would be a separate class and all this other bullshit. I don't have a real need for that right now. As you can hear by what I'm telling you, I'm working on other stuff. So I'm kind of working with this. Well, not kind of work. I'm working with this kitchen designer on this $2 million project now. I got ambushed into it. I really wasn't given an option. I came to collect my money, and then there was an impromptu meeting. I came to, I was like, I worked on a walk-in. It was evening, and the director of the facility was there and all that other stuff, and I came through for them in the 11th hour. And before you know it, when I came by the next day to pick up my money, it was like, hey, I want you to meet somebody. And then I met the guy, and he's like, oh, sit down. Let's sit down. Let's talk. And then before I know it, 5, 6 other people came in, and I'm in the middle of a damn meeting that everybody else knew about but me. So, yeah. I get roped into this kind of shit. First, I told them no, but I thought about it, and I changed my mind today that yes, I am going to. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to tell them that I will do the build out on the walk-in, and I will do the build out on the merchandiser. So, of course, all of that stuff. The walk-in is going to be R290. Probably R290, I'm thinking. I have a say so in it. So we do want to go with RDI Cold Pack. How many people are familiar with RDI Cold Pack? Excuse me here. Let me see here. Let me go with RDI Cold Pack. And you know what's funny is that the head guy from RDI Cold Pack, he used to subscribe to the channel, and he like, I said something he didn't like, and so he said he unsubscribed. I said something he didn't agree with, and he unsubscribed. So this is RDI Cold Pack. Let me go on to, it's well built, an Ollie group. So we're gonna go with the RDI Cold Pack on the walk-in. I'm very familiar with them. So he's gonna design the whole shebang, the kitchen designer. It's going to be a freezer. And like I say, the condensing unit. Oh, and I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a 4. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be 44.8A. I'm really hoping that by the time we get this thing all spec'd out, a year down the line, I really hope that this thing is, I'm really hoping that this thing is going to be an R290 unit. Of course, he's not going to chime in now because he doesn't agree with some of the things that I say. Oh well. But he has to do what I say because I'm a customer. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Especially walk-in and refrigeration, refrigerated warehouses, walk-in to convenience, custom design, custom built. Yeah, everything, the panels. But I want to go with some, see if I can get some RDI with glass panels. Are you guys familiar with, who here is familiar with, have you ever seen an RDI with glass panels? So since you're not saying anything, let's go ahead and see. All right, glass. All right, RDI Cold Pack glass door walk-ins. Let's see what they got. I've never seen an RDI Cold Pack with glass doors. I mean, yeah, with glass doors or glass walls. This is a very old video. Yeah, like Nightbot says, hit the like button. This is a very old Manitowoc. It's actually not that old, but the old Manitowoc symbol. Yeah, there he is talking about the foam. See, this is not what I want. This is not what I want. Let me give you guys the link. Did you want links to any of these damn videos that I got up here? Yo, what's going on, Wilco? Man, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. What's going on, brother? What is the word? How is everything? All right, so this is, I'm gonna see if RDI, let me see here. Let's see if RDI Cold Pack has, hold on, what is it? The flour. All right, let me see if they got any type of flower shop. Yeah, see, they already knew where I was going with that. I'm pretty sure they gotta have some glass door units because we would. The kitchen designer, he is all gung ho on Ollie Group stuff, and like I said, I work on the vast majority of what Ollie Group Well Built has. If you guys aren't familiar with the lineup, let's see if we can give you a rundown real quick. Oh, let's see here. Brands. Here we go. As you guys know, there's the Amana Menu Master, the ACP, of which I now own two Express Chefs. Do I own Express Chef or is it the Menu Master? There's the Combo Therm, which is the combi oven. There's the Cleveland, which are steamers, tilt skillets, that type of thing. Fry Master, Eloma, which is also a combi oven, which I love the Elomas. I'm set up with the Eloma and on the training and stuff like that. So they're supposed to be having some training in 2026. I think they might be a little behind, but they told me they would notify me as soon as they had training come up. Garland, Sunfire, US Range. I do those. I never touch Indux, but Lincoln. I own about 3 Lincoln ovens. There's Mary Chef. Now that Mary Chef got merged in with the deal, so one came from Well Built, the other came from Ollie. So now they have this combined group now has the number 2 and the number 2 and number 3 in speed ovens, number 1 in fryers, number 2 and 3, number 2 and 5 in combis. Yeah, they got Cleveland. I think Cleveland makes a combi oven too. I think Cleveland makes a combi oven. I'm not too sure. If you guys want to chime in, and of course Garland US Range is up there too as far as ranges go. Sorry. When it comes to Lincoln with the impingement ovens, it's definitely in the top 3 when it comes to that. There's Montague. I'm not even gonna talk about that. Moffett ovens. In this country, they don't do the braising pans or the fryers. In this country, they pretty much just do the ovens. Oh, okay. So I'm authorized with Beverage Air. There's Delfield. Delfield. There we go with Cold Pack. There's Victory. And then, of course, my dishwashers. Here's all my favorites. American Dish, Byline, which is the flights, Champion, the Byline is their flight, CMA. Of course, you guys seen tons of videos on that. Moyer Diebel. Primarily in this country, you're going to see Moyer Diebel with the undercounter. And then on the ice machines, there's the Isomatic, the Scotsman, the Cold Draft. Then when it comes to the beverage, it's the Multiplex, which I own one. Servin. Yeah, I got a couple of Scotsman ice machines. I don't have any Isomatics. And Belkshaw, which is a very large player when it comes to donut production. I don't know who the hell Vier is. I don't deal with Atomatic, but of course that is all up to the donut stuff. Now here's the ones I deal with. There's our beloved Bun. So Bun, I'm authorized with Egro, authorized with Rancilio. There's the Carpigiani I tell you guys all about. Carpigiani is steadily moving in on McDonald's. Every new McDonald's I go to, I see the Carpigiani machine. There's Electro Freeze. I keep forgetting Electro Freeze got bought out. Aladdin Temprite, which is your warmers. Stand still work tables. Merco. which is your warmers, Metro, which is your warmers, and yeah, that should be it. So I'll agree. Yeah, like I said, I am on this combination. I am doing damn near everything. Yeah, they don't have anything. Yo, okay, you went to Jamaica. What part of Jamaica, man? What part of Jamaica? Milan's Road, where it gets dark at night. Spanish Town. Montego. Mm. My wife is currently grieving over the loss of Spirit. So I'm in Texas. It's a lot easier for her to take. It was a lot easier for her to take Spirit to go down to Kingston. And so no, Henny Penny is their own entity. They're not owned by any conglomerate. Now they are buying the little slim combi ovens. They actually don't make that. They're buying that. I believe they're buying that from Blodgett and rebranding that. So Carper Johnny, they kicking at Taylor feet. Yeah, Carper Johnny has been trying to get in to McDonald's before the pandemic started. Carper Johnny's been trying to get in there for the longest, so now they finally have put up enough noise, and the different McDonald's owners have they're like, look, man, we want another option. We want another option, man. Marquise, what's up, man? You calling me Mike and not Mikey, so I don't think you the Marquise in Vegas. So, but yeah, Wilco, brother, what part of Jamaica, man? I'm curious. So for you guys that say, the Henny Penny combi oven, I've installed some of those because the combi oven that they have is has a ventless hood. Let me show you. But they don't make that combi oven. It's Blodgett. Actually, I should log in. Like I said, these are all Blodgett. I know you're not talking about these. I know which one you're talking about the Flex Fusion. You're talking about this guy right here. Fun fact. Oh damn, I did. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're not the Marquise I was thinking about. Fun fact. Rationale tried to take over a chicken concept here in Texas. They got put into a number of new build outs, but the operators are Indian. And so, I mean, they're surviving. Rationale is surviving in Denny's, but they're not surviving too well in these chicken concepts here in Texas. Alone, they're just not making it. So they kicked out Henny Penny. I mean, they kicked out Rationale. I was like, oh, thank God. It was like, because they would always try to get me to work on them. I'm like, no. As a matter of fact, hell no. So this chicken concept, matter of fact, so they kicked out. This is what's crazy. They kicked out Rationale and then brought in this Henny Penny oven. They brought in this Henny Penny oven. They then kicked out the Henny Penny deep fryers and we're back to the ultra fryer. And I was like, oh, you do listen to me. Oh, yeah. So we are back. I mean, I lost all breath. I was like, oh, Clutch the Pearls is back. I was never so happy. I was never so happy. You would have think my wife said she was gonna leave me or something. I was like, what? This is great news. I was so excited when I saw Ultra Fryer back. And they had, because Ultra Fryer doesn't really have that much of a warranty. I think it's like a year. But Henny Penny does some bullshit. Henny Penny has their own people. So when somebody has a problem and it's within the first 5 years, first 2 years or 3 years or whatever, like the Henny Penny guys have to take care of it. Here in Texas, I don't know if they still have 4 guys, but they had about 4 guys here in Houston. So that was kind of a pain for me. But now with them kicking Henny Penny deep fries to the curb, and don't get me wrong, let me make myself big. Henny Penny deep fryers are good deep fryers. I love Henny Penny deep fryers. It's just that Henny Penny service department is on some bullshit. The training department is on some bullshit. I can't wait till these guys are gone. You know, it was pretty much that way like when at Pitco, right? And then they finally got rid of that guy at Pitco. So now Pitco is cool again. Pitco's all right. I'll actually be going to that training in September. So glad they got rid of that freaking dude. It was the best move Pitco could have made. So yeah, going back to the situation about Henny Penny. That's crazy. So I guess Henny Penny was like, "Hey, look, we'll take what we can get here. Okay, so you don't want our deep fryers, but here, take our combi ovens. At least do that. So take our combi ovens and yeah, have fun with the ultra fryers. So I keep a number of ultra fryer parts. I love it. Most guys don't like it because you got to move the whole bank of deep fryers forward, and you got to get behind it for the blowers. You can get to the striker modules from the front ish if it's not too greasy. It's easier to get to it from the back. So yeah, it's a little easier that way. Once you take the panel off back there, you can get to it, and it's usually sitting on a little plate, and you can pull the whole damn thing out. There's enough wiring for you to pull it either forward or to the back, almost like refrigeration. So now all mine, I got about 4 or 5 of these restaurants being opening up in the next like month or two. Speaking on places opening up, yeah. So right now we're in a phase of people opening up. Yes, our economy is this crazy K-shaped economy, but people are coming in from other countries. They're getting their loans. They're getting this creative financing. They have money coming from their own banks from their own country because it props up their shit too. So people come from other countries. They're here working. They're hiring people that are coming from their home countries. All those people are sending their money back home. So it's kind of it's not a brain drain. It's a money drain. So they're trying to extract money from the U.S. and send it back to their home country, and it props up their home country. So the selected few, the connected few, they come over to this country. They get bank loans. Like if they're Chinese, it's First Bank of Hong Kong and China, HSBC. If you know about their history, you got Dragon Pacifico. What the hell is that one? They used to have an airline. Dragon Air. What the hell is that? The other Chinese bank. Anyway, they do a lot of financing for these restaurants and stuff. Now I got to do it. The African countries do it. Mexicans were like, isn't Fifth Third Bank Mexican? Hold on, let me see the history of Fifth Third Bank. But I want to do Dragon Air. Cathay Pacific, that's what it is. Cathay Pacific Bank. Cathay Pacific Bank. There we go. So like this is Cathay Pacific Bank, and they give loans to the Chinese. See, top 50 public banks. And there's a bank you probably never heard of. Ranked number 16 on S&P Global Market Intelligence 2025 rankings. So what these guys do is, you know, they are financing these restaurants. You're like, man, how are these Asians opening up these K-pop restaurants? These Chinese walk the light, and you know all this other bullshit. Yeah, well, they have funding. You can get there by airplane. You can get there by, it doesn't matter. Just get there if you can, type shit. So they get their asses over here, even if they got to swim across the damn Pacific. And as soon as they get here, you know, they go ahead and say, hey, look, I'm applying for this restaurant, and I need financing, and they go ahead and help them get the financing. So that's Cathay Pacific, Cathay Bank. You got Cathay Bank, you got HSBC. And people always go, I came to this country with $2. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Save the bullshit for somebody who don't know any better. The lies, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay. You got here with $2. A fucking burger costs more than $2. All right. So what did you do after your first 30 minutes in this damn country? You can't get clothes or anything. Right? Where'd you get clothes from? Where did you stay? Yeah, I came here with $2. No, you came here and then you took your ass to your country's bank. You presented your documents, your paperwork. All right, I got here. I'm here. What now? It's like, okay, well, shit. You can go ahead and start slinging fried rice number 2, motherfucker. That's what you gonna do. See? U.S. mortgages for foreigners. Man, how do these people come here and get these houses and stuff? Yes, they have their own. They have banks from their communist governments. You know what I'm saying? Our stuff is different from theirs, but they have their banks that are allowed to operate here, and they shuffle their ass on over to their banks as soon as they possibly can. And they go ahead and apply for their banks, you know. They apply and you know, they got to do their thing. So see, HSBC, United Kingdom, see, founded in Hong Kong in 1865 in China. You know what look at that revenue, $62 billion. You know, I have to be careful about what I'm going to say here, but they were involved with the, how do I say this? Financing Chinese people to come over to America for the gold rush and for the railroad, building of the railroad in California. California, over there. So just that part. And HSBC was the one involved with backing that paper, right? Just like Lloyd's of London was involved with other stuff from people that share my complexion. HSBC was involved with pretty much the same type of thing, just with the Chinese. It's you can look it up. It's very well documented. History with slavery in the U.S., shall we say? Right. So they okay. So what they're saying is that HSBC absorbed their predecessor banks that profited from, well, not just the transatlantic, but also they had some issues with the Pacific. So I like how they're skipping all over this with Asian slavery. Yeah, we'll dive on over. We'll dive on over Asian. Let me see here. Indentured. Aha! Barclays, HSBC, Lloyd's of London. They had links to slavery. And this is crazy that but it's very well documented. You're gonna have to go into that. So yes, they were involved with slavery of possibly some of maybe one of my ancestors, and then they were involved with indentured servitude of Asians that went over to California, San Francisco specifically. But it's a whole thing. Damn, they're scrubbing everything. Jesus. 20 years ago, it was a lot easier to find, and you would think it would still be easy, but it is not. Let me do Indian banks. I haven't really done much about the Indian banks in the U.S. But anyway, so just because money is funny, just because money is funny for us in the U.S. doesn't mean that money is funny in India. Doesn't mean that money is funny for them in China. Doesn't mean that money is funny for them in South Africa. Doesn't mean that money is funny in Australia. You know what I'm saying? And the list goes on and on and on and on. Really? Indian banks in the U.S. State Bank of India? Really? What the fuck? Hold on, let me see here. I came here with $2 in my pocket. Save that drama for your mama. Tell them lies to somebody else. Oh damn! I want State Bank of India in U.S. So damn. Just about anybody coming from their home country, you know, the Irish, Irish, the Indian, the Chinese, bruh, they all have banks from their own country, and those banks give them the start. There we go. Wait. Why is he giving me that? Okay, so State Bank of India in Chicago, State Bank of India in New York. Wonder why Why is the State Bank of Texas for Texas? That's weird. That's strange. Why would they do that? But anyway, so see, here's an example. Here's the State Bank of India. You're like, oh, how are they doing this? They're doing this because they're nationals, foreign nationals, and they have their own bank. I go through all that to tell you, look, man. It's not as bad as what it seems. Yes, Red Lobster is going through trouble. Yes, some of these places are going through troubles, TGI Fridays and all that bullshit. That is how the market, that is how the market is supposed to function. These places are not supposed to be artificially propped up. They actually should not have survived this long, man. That's why everybody complains about the food and the taste and all this other bullshit, because you're supposed to let these places fail. Everyone acts like, oh, where's the employees gonna go? They're gonna go somewhere else. There's no shortage on these places needing employees. They will be just freaking fine. A fry cook is a fry cook is a fry cook is a fry cook. They'll be fine. A dishwasher is a dishwasher. He'll be fine. Whether he's washing dishes at Cat's Deli or, if he gets laid off from Red Lobster, okay, that dishwasher is going to be just fine getting a job at any one of these other damn restaurants. He will be fine. Shit, hopefully he'll get a promotion and go on up. It is what it is. You guys have any other questions? And I have seen two Blodgett. Yeah, Blodgett and Henny Penny. Yeah, they're. You'll find that in this business, it's a lot of rebranding. It's a lot of white label stuff. Well, technically that's not called white label, but there's a lot of rebranding going on, because they're shit. I don't even want to get into the labeling business, but there are people that just make product and they just sell it to other companies, and then they put labels on their shit, and then there are companies that actually make stuff, and then they rebrand their stuff. It's a whole thing. But Henny Penny don't make that damn muffin. Henny Penny don't make it. So I've been on for a freaking hour. But yeah, just to sum it all up, yeah, I got dragged into a deal, kicking and screaming, $2 million food pantry / well, it's essentially an Aldi's that you don't have to pay. But yes, there's still a register with a scanner because they need to keep inventory. So there's, at least one person that's to check every barcode so that they can restock, and they know because the problem that they have is they're limited because of food safety handling. Yes, you can accept food, but you have to store it properly, and you have to have room to store this stuff. You can't just put it on the floor. And so my client needs to know how much they can accept and when to move product and stuff like that, and then restock this store. So fun times. So I'm gonna be involved with that. I tried to just get involved with the maintenance on it, like I've been doing, and I have input on what's going in there. But I think as of today, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and tell them that I'll go ahead and do the build out, because they asked me to do the build out and I turned it down. So that's what's going on with me. But I just to reassure you guys, yeah, you got a lot of stuff going on. There's winners and losers. Stay on it. Be vigilant. You'll be fine. If you you can contact. Oh shit! I didn't even show you guys the other videos. You can contact these other companies, the Majalis, shoot. I wanted to show you this.
The basic steps for installing a zero-zone guard.
Oh, okay, good. This will work. So I want to show you this. They had Majali and Zero Zone and all this other stuff. So I'm going to be throwing myself into a lot of these videos because I have to put for you guys that are watching me on the phone, I have to put together stuff like this. So it's going to be probably about like 4 of those cases side by side. Essentially what you see in a Dollar Tree or essentially like what you see in the Dollar Tree. Those in the Dollar Tree, that's about 3 cases. So somewhere in that neighborhood of like 3 or 4 cases on one wall, and then the back wall is going to be a walk-in. So now I gotta brush up on that. This is gonna be, it's not going to be overnight, so I got time to, because I lost a lot of my tools with the last theft that I have not replaced even yet. Even still, I haven't replaced those damn tools because I haven't really done a lot of installs. I turned a lot of shit down. And Samuel Kibiru. I haven't seen you in a while, in a couple of weeks. Yo, all right, cool. You said, hey, you're currently in Dallas, Texas for the Middleby introduction class. Oh, congratulations to you. I'm glad you're taking this step. You, sir, are on the right path. Nice. Please come back and let us know what your experience was so other people can feel comfortable about it. You don't have to come on if you want to come on, you don't have to show your face. The link is pinned to the chat. I usually have the link on most times I go live. I usually have the link. Or if you just want to type it out, your experience, dealer's choice. It's completely up to you. But yeah, it would be nice to have everybody know about your experience, good, bad, or indifferent. Whatever your experience was, that would be phenomenal. And good Lord, I'm using a lot of electricity. That would be wonderful. Okay, good. My mic is at 40%. The laptop is 17%. Damn. Why is it so low? That's interesting. So, well, that is good. So, how many other people are going to be in this Middleby class? Hold on. Oh, damn. Yeah, it is Middleby. Oh, I think it's another browser I got. Oh, there you go. Holy shit. All right. Hold on one second. How the hell? Damn it. They just had you. Oh, there you go. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
I'm glad to have you here. And thank you for all you've done for the channel, because I believe you've donated to the channel before.
Yeah, I try. You know, you don't know what you've done for me, so.
Oh man, I do, man. I appreciate that, man. So you had? If today is Thursday, then that means you've had at least 1 or 2 days, right?
Yeah, so it's 4 days, Tuesday to Friday.
Oh, Friday class? Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's like from 8 to 4 p.m. But tomorrow, I guess we'll be getting out of here much earlier.
They usually like to do that so people can take their flights out, that type of thing. So tell me everything, man. How do you feel about the class right now?
I mean, this, I feel like it was the, because I was worried about it because it wasn't very clear in terms of what I would get out of it because it's more
Mm-hmm.
of the introductory part.
Yeah.
But being in the class, you really get a lot of foundational knowledge because,
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing some work here and there on gas, Avantico gas fryers, but I was fumbling. But going for this, man, I can teach this stuff.
Yes. Yeah, it's good. That's why, that's why I try to show you guys about all these different classes that have the fundamentals, because it's like, yeah, as you see, you really need it. You really need it because so they went over proper gas pressure operation and all that kind of good stuff. They showed you. I take it they're showing you what happens when you have too high gas pressure, what happens when it's too little, and then the damage that occurs when it's too little.
Yes, so they kind of they have a lot of Tech 24 people here. So like you
Mm-hmm.
have maybe like a whole room of mostly Tech 24 companies. But
Take 24 and Smart Care are going to be well, Smart Care has their own facility, so you won't see Smart Care people, but yeah, Take 24, yeah, I can
but
imagine.
they got
Hey,
like yes, go
was
ahead.
it shocking how much those guys didn't know?
Well, they're smart about it because they have like 5 different companies from Dallas, from Iowa, from all the different places,
Mm-hmm.
and they're sending all the new technicians here. I think like the guys have been in the field like 1 month, 1 year, 6 months. So I
Uh-huh.
guess the new guys are sent here first before they can really get comfortable out there.
Yeah.
Trimark also has some people out here.
Oh, nice. Trimark had some guys. Okay, because yeah, in my market they used to be called ISI, and so now they're getting rid of the Trimark. They're getting rid of the ISI name and just going with Trimark everywhere. So it's now Trimark Service. Um, how many people are in the class?
I would say it's about 20.
Hmm. Interesting. So, what was the one thing that you learned the most about this class? What's the one thing that made you say, "Oh man, I am so glad I took this class"? What's the one thing?
The combination valves.
Hmm. Okay.
Because they have Blodgett, they have South Bend, they have Pitco fryers. So
Mm-hmm.
and they use the same thing. They use the what's the manufacturer that makes those
Oh, you're talking about Robert Shaw.
yes, rubber share and I think Honeywell, something like that.
Yes,
So
Honeywell. Yeah,
going
let me put
once
it on the screen.
you know it one way, you kind of now can do any other manufacturer.
Yeah. Well. Okay. So they're using Honeywell. They're using Robert Shaw. Robert Shaw is the largest supplier on gas equipment, and so they're not making it. They're just like a car company where they're using someone else's parts, but they're the ones that's making the body. You know.
Yeah.
So yes. So they covered on the valves, especially the Robert Shaw conversion. Did they cover that, converting it from natural gas to propane?
Yeah, so they talked about the conversion kit, the
Uh huh.
conversion. So because I didn't know that depending on who you're working on, you gotta know the right nozzle. Because if you go to the supply house and you buy the wrong one, you're gonna mess it up.
Hmm.
And
So
then of course, seeing the tools that they're using, because some of the units were rigged up. So now kind of figuring out what's wrong with it. It's really, really, really good being out here.
how many units did they have rigged up for you?
So the first day we did just the gas system, so different components of the unit. So we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about the micro switches. You're talking about the combination valves. You're talking about now the thermopiles. You're
Mm-hmm.
testing how much voltage is coming out, and he's telling you, okay, if this is what if you're having a complaint of this kind, this is what you look for, and they have like a printout of the different things that you could carry home with you to reference. Then the
Nice.
second day, you we're going on to the gas systems, budget. Then
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow we're doing turbo chef.
Oh, okay. So you're going to be doing the what, like the Turbo Chef? Well, the Turbo Chef Fire is electric. You're going to be doing damn. What do they have that's gas? I don't think Turbo Chef has a gas oven.
Maybe the conveyor systems, are they gas?
I don't think. No, hold on. Let's check into it because I'm trying to think because they have the Turbo Chef Fire, but that's an all electric. It's called Fire, but it's an all electric oven. So hold on. We'll jump into this together. We'll jump into this together. Hold on a second. Um, let's go through their list. Hold on, Turbo Chef. Because I
Yeah, but
don't.
I would really encourage everybody to really come for this training, because with this now you can go for this specific brand trainings because you have the fundamentals.
Yes, you're right. So how were you? Like it was an aha moment when they went over the thermopiles and the thermocouples. Hello. Uh oh. Is he there? You still there? Hold on a second. Let me check my sound. Output. No, where'd he go? Hello? Uh-oh, I lost him. Lost him. Where'd he go? Oh, damn it. Hey, I lost you, man. I don't know where you went to.
I
I
can't
hear
hear your
everything,
mic
but
anymore.
there
I
you
don't
go.
know.
There you
I cannot
go.
hear you.
There you go. What's that? You're back. Hold on, you're back. Yeah, I don't know why the sound dropped like it did. Hold on. Tell you what, I'm gonna drop you. I'm gonna drop you. Come on back. I'm gonna drop you. Testing 1 2. You got anything? No, I'm gonna drop you. All right. So come on back. Come on back, because for whatever reason the sound wasn't there. But it's funny because it was right when I went with this. Man, I'm trying to think of which one they got that are freaking gas. The fire high speed maybe it's the batch oven. There you go. There you go. Now you're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, there's some kind of man. I'm trying to think of which one they could possibly have that would be gas. Or maybe they're just throwing that. Maybe they're just throwing that one in there for you. Let me see if
Yeah,
they.
so for the turbo chef, I think it's more now the electric side of the training.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, because you said okay. So it's gas and electric.
Yes, so you
Okay.
get this is like more of the introduction for you to,
Hmm.
because they're gonna deal with the components of the turbo chef oven. Now
Ah, okay.
it's not really the specific turbo chef oven because that's like 3 days. You're gonna come back for that a different time, but it's more of the introduction. And they
Okay.
say in the future you won't be able to take the other specific trainings until
Uh-huh.
you've gone through this training, because this is gonna be like now the prerequisite for the other
Aha.
trainings.
Okay, that makes sense. So they're gonna make this a little more regimented. I get it. I get it. I really, because it's hard. You go to some of these classes, yeah, they don't understand. But you know, a lot of the problems, yeah, like you said, a lot of your frustration was just coming from the basics of the gas and not knowing, and so what you're telling me is that you weren't really aware of the different orifice sizes.
No, no, because
Ah,
I didn't know that depending on the BTU rating of the unit,
yes,
that's what determines the kind of orifice you're going to use and how many
yes.
burners do you have, stuff like that.
Hmm. And so now, right, and then so you went over identifying like color of flame and all that other kind of stuff.
Yes,
Um,
the color of the flame, how to adjust the regulators, and
yes,
some units that come with regulators, and those which have the inbuilt combination valve regulators.
yes.
Just
Now,
seeing the different things.
yeah, and so okay, so they did cover the adjustable, like the gas valve regulator, that you can flip the internal components to make it natural gas or propane, and then it has a screw in the middle. They covered that.
Well, we talked about it. We didn't do it practically, but he
Okay.
explained what you would have to change the
Okay.
the the orifice and the right. Uh, I'm forgetting.
Do,
Yeah.
do, do they cover gas valve reducers?
No. Now, I think they would have covered that if somebody had asked that question, because he's asking, "Do you have any questions?" So I
Yeah.
think, based off your experience, he can now be able to go deep into that.
Okay. Okay. So so for those of you that are not don't understand what I'm talking, or don't know what I'm talking about. So there is, when you have too high of gas pressure, you can install a gas valve. See, they got it. There's that. Here we go. So you got a gas valve reducer. So it's installed. So if the gas pressure is way too high, there are gas valve reducers that can be installed to bring the pressure down for normal operating pressure, right? So I take it I know for a fact he went over and he showed you that yes, the pressure requirements are right there listed on the label of every single unit that you're ever going to work on.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then he
And
talks about, of course, some of the mistakes that you would come across, especially for the new build outs. If the construction crew kind of change the sizing of that main, if they used a
yeah,
joint which is much smaller than the main line, now
yes,
the gas is not right.
right.
And then now, because so he was just like kind of helping you to figure out how do you diagnose, because the customer says one thing, but then you gotta look beyond sometimes the fryer, or sometimes beyond the oven, because that could be the problem.
It usually is the problem. That is the number one problem, because like I said, I do startups, and that's the problem. So here's a gas pressure reducing valve. So this is one of the items that we have to resort to when we have problems with the contractors, and We just have to get the pressure down because the pressure is just way too high. And he explained to you lifting flame and all that stuff, right?
Yes. So like he already has the printout of like it's the plan for the week, and
Uh-huh.
part of that we have the different flames and the right flame. So we had
Yeah.
some machines that were already rigged up, and once we hooked up the quick connection, the gas was too strong. So now he was showing us how to adjust it down to the right level, then look at the flame shape and the direction. Then he's talking about the typical things you may experience in the field if the orifices are blocked, what you
Uh-huh.
shouldn't do to clear up that orifice. So don't put anything in there, just blow it out.
Yeah.
Pause.
Nice. Nice. That is, well, I'm glad you had this experience. I'm glad you decided to go ahead and make that investment in yourself, and this is only going to help you make more money. This is only going to help you be more proficient. I mean, set aside all those fears and all that stuff, because most of your frustration comes from gas pressure issues, because you're looking for something to be wrong with the equipment, and guess what? It isn't. The last job I had, it was that the pressure was too high.
Okay.
You know what I actually ended up having to do?
No,
Was that
no, I'm listening.
I actually had to manually close off the shutoff valve.
Okay.
Right. See. So now that you've been through this class, you understand the concept of what I did.
Yeah.
So I had to manually bring it down. Now, inside a gas valve regulator, there's a spring, and it goes with the flow. It goes to help regulate the pressure. But if you're manually closing the gas valve off to reduce that pressure, that high pressure that's coming in, it's when it drops, when the pressure drops, it's not going to be the same. So they're having the problem now because people aren't using heat. It's not cold outside, so the pressure is high. And that's one of the things. I'm glad you took this class, because that's one of the things you're going to find is that gas pressure does whipsaw. It does. It's always changing. You're going to have. Yeah. Did he explain to you about when they do new construction in an area and stuff like that?
Yeah, so he like in line with what you're talking about, like the gas pressure going back and forth. He was
Yes.
like, you need to. I don't care about the pressure before you start the machine. I don't care about that.
Right.
I care about the pressure
I-
that you're gonna have once everything is running.
Yes.
Because and that's something that I didn't know. Because I'll go out there for a warranty call and they say, what's the pressure? I
Yes.
hook up my manometer, but before I light the equipment, and that was wrong.
Uh-huh.
So he was like, you need to have that hooked up from the beginning till you're done, because that's gonna tell you if something changes below the threshold or out of range.
Yes.
So
That is.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff, but definitely it's quite helpful. I mean, I gotta go back over my notes, but it's really really helpful.
Right, at least you know where to look now, right? And it's okay. So you start with the gas pressure. When there's an issue, you're going to start with that gas pressure, and then once you are sure that the gas pressure is right, now you can look at the equipment like, why is the burners not lighting properly? Because that was another thing that I had, is that the gas pressure was so high, only half the burners were lighting on the oven.
Wow.
It wasn't populating. The flame weren't populating the entire burner. It was like a W-shaped burner.
What
And
kind of oven?
what's that?
What kind of oven?
It was a convection oven.
Okay.
And so the burners were in a 4 burner configuration with the striker. Well, the igniter was on the right-hand side, and then the sensor, the flame sensor, was actually on the far left. And so because they had such high gas pressure, the right side would light, but it was blowing out the flame, it was blowing out raw gas where the flame sensor was. So the oven would light and then shortly go out. And it's crazy,
Yeah,
but none of the
he talked about that too. Just like I
yeah.
can't remember right now, but he talked about that exact scenario.
Yes, that actually is a common thing, and none of the other techs that went out before me figured that out. They all thought that something was wrong with the oven. They were all, usually by the time a call comes to me, it's like it's like they're ready to replace the item by the time it comes to me.
Oh, and another thing too, we did Imperial ovens too, both the electric and the gas systems, and they also showed us how to convert from single phase to 3-phase to kind of balance out the current.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, yeah, that is another major pain that is another major pain. That is a major pain. What you just described is, I'm glad you're taking. So this class is gas, water, gas, and electricity, or what is this class?
No, it's called Introduction to Gas and Electric.
Okay,
but
introduction to gas.
It's under the Middlebury University.
Yes.
So if you have their annual planner, you will see their calendar for the different classes they have for the year, and it's the one that's happening this week.
The Middlebury University. I'm not going to be able to log in because I'm not, my username and password isn't under this browser. But yeah. I'm glad L to the genius, he comes on very often. He's the one that told me about this training because I have been bitching about this for years. And finally they've decided to do this. Yeah, see, I don't know if this is going to work.
That's the right one.
Yeah, but this isn't the browser that I use. So I have to use the Apple browser. I use Apple. So all my biometrics, I use my finger and stuff like that to log in. I use the face scan, and I can't do that I'm using Google. I'm using Google Chrome, and so I need to use the Apple browser in order to log in. Hold on, let me see here. But yeah, that will be a good class to take. Hold on, were you still able to hear?
I wasn't so sure, whether I was gonna get value from it. I was like, this sounds generic or general, but actually, I believe this should be the first one.
Yes.
Before you even go for anything else.
Yes, you need these type of classes. And then, like, how are you with refrigeration?
So I've done a lot of course, you can't remember this, but I talked to you maybe 2 years ago, and I did a lot of R600 and R290. That's what I do for the most part right now.
Okay.
But I wasn't really good with gas yet. I've been kind of dabbling in and out, but now, because I've been scared. Now I wouldn't say I'm fully there, but I'm more confident.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, the crazy thing is most people are scared when it comes to gas. So it's, now that you've taken this class, I really hope you reach out to General Legacy Group. All right, so Legacy Group has been having an extremely difficult time with having technicians work on deep fryers. Now, what exactly did Middleby tell you about once you complete this class, would they be a little more inclined to helping you, like sending you calls maybe, or did they make any kind of hints at that, or what was the feeling you got from them?
The warrant explicit about that, but you can tell that it's gonna be easier because the way they're training you and they're telling you about warranty work. So
Mm,
so they're telling you this is what you do in warranty. This is what you do in warranty. This is what you tell the customer. So they're not saying it directly, but you can
yeah.
kind of pick up on the message that you are being trained to help them out there in the field.
Yes. Because I have the hardest time, because you said Imperial was there, right?
Yes, Imperial
Yeah,
is one of their products now.
yeah, I my one of my biggest clients, they sell Imperial, and I always have a difficult time um trying to get anything done with Imperial under warranty. Um and they just don't get it. It's like, did they show you the bank of fryers that the Imperial line has?
Yeah,
The
I
new
mean,
digital control fryer?
yes, they do
Okay.
have a lot of those.
Yes.
Well, we haven't really gone through the digital control systems yet, because that is
No.
something you would have to come for the specific Imperial
Yes.
training.
Yes. That would be specific training on that one. But it is nice. It's impressive. So my client has only put a few of those out there because if they had a problem, it's really difficult for me to go ahead and take care of it. So that's one of the things, like, I want to get up there and do that one. I need to do the Pitco first. I think the Pitco class and the Imperial class is on the same week, if I remember correctly.
I can't remember.
Yeah, because I think it's Pitco first, because Pitco is their premier line, and then I think after that class, I think then it's Imperial, because I think the Pitco class is 2 or 3 days, and then Imperial. Oh, I
Because I
wish I
think
could see.
there might be because I don't have my calendar here too, but they have the Jade, Imperial,
Yes.
and somebody else, one of the smaller brands, and that's like 4 days, but each day is for one of those different brands.
Um. Oh man, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of. Let me see. Find the brand. All right. So Jade, I really don't. BKI. BKI. Was it the BKI fryer?
Well, no, I saw it in the back
Annette's.
room. They have
Annette's. It was
actually,
Annette's.
you're right. Yes,
It
yes,
was
you are
Annette's.
talking about
Okay.
Anes. Yes, yes.
I deal with a lot of Annette's fryer. Annette's pasta cookers. A ton of pasta cookers. So that's like Annette's claim to fame, is the pasta cookers. Um.
Are those in
So
like Lidl Pizza,
what's
Annette's?
that?
Are those like in Lidl Pizza, Annette's?
Yes, yeah, they're in pizza shops, because when somebody orders noodles, they order spaghetti, they order any kind of pasta, they use the Annette's pasta cooker. So it is exactly like a deep fryer, but instead of it being oil in the fryer, it's water, and they have a
I see.
faucet that's constantly adding fresh water to wash away the starch, and then they just drop baskets of pasta for single orders. So they have somebody wants a plate of spaghetti, and the other family members are having pizza. So they just put in one basket. They put the noodle order, and they drop that in the water. And so, and then there's a bunch of other holes there, and at any given time they could drop like 10 orders for pasta. And the Asians do it for their rice noodles and stuff like that. But it's instead of doing a stock pot and stuff like that, it's in the shape of a deep fryer and it's filled with water. And it's all the same. They have a high-low valve on that one,
Mhm.
on those Annette's pasta cookers. I got a ton of parts of that. They have a very strange pilot flame system where it's a little tube with like 60 little holes in it, and it lights up across the front of the fryer, front of the pasta cooker. Anyway, but yeah, so Annette's, Pitco, Imperial, Annette's, Pitco, Imperial, and then what was the other one we were talking about?
And next Pisco Imperial, then oh damn it. Uh shit.
Ah,
Blodgett and South
yeah,
Bend.
yes, yeah. But so they have a number of these units. Man, I'm so glad. Yeah, so I can hear it in your voice. You're definitely gonna go back. You're definitely gonna go back for more training.
I mean, like, why wouldn't you? Seriously, why wouldn't you? Because first of all, being in the room with different people that are working in the field,
Yes,
I feel like you speed up your learning journey. You don't have to take 5 years to learn this stuff, but if you
yes.
can make it faster by being around.
So now you get it why I put out all these different training classes, and I can't determine your path for you. This is something you have to select based on what your clientele is, where you want to take the direction you want to take your business in, you know?
Yeah.
So at most I can do is just say, hey, look, here are the classes. Here's the cost of them. And was there a cost to this class?
No, the cost is purely my accommodation and transportation. Because I come from
Nice.
Maryland.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, you one of those. You one
Yep.
of those. Oh
Yep.
Lord. Yeah, there's a ton of y'all competing for business in Maryland, but there's plenty of work in Maryland. There's plenty of work.
Man, you can't eat it all. There's just too much. You can't do it. You just
Yeah,
can't.
as you see, you're tied up even on the hot side. You can be tied up on the hot side for a couple of hours on some stuff, especially when they have gas pressure issues, and then you got to go leave and get equipment and come back. So my advice to you is make sure you have your account set up. Do you have accounts set up with John Stone, with Reese Plumbing Supply? Do you have your account set up with Reese HVAC Supply? Do you have your account set up with oh
I
man,
I
what's
have I
that?
have with URI
Okay,
and
but URI doesn't have any hot side.
okay.
So that's what I'm trying to. So that you need a whole nother set of suppliers because the two don't intersect.
I see.
So if you needed a gas pressure reducer, that's what I'm saying. You need to know who to go to. Um, so yes, you can order this stuff, but the clients appreciate it a whole lot more, and they have no problem paying for it when you leave, go get the part, and come back. So
Mm.
occasionally, I know he probably covered this, but occasionally the gas valve regulators,
Yep.
occasionally some of them have a problem right out the
Yes.
box. It's
Yes.
not it's not common anymore. It was they went through a rash of problems some years back, but it's still like if you do installs every day, you would probably run into one like I'll say you probably run into like maybe 3 a year. If you did installs every day, you would probably run into 3 a year. It's still a rare thing, but it still happens. So he told you how to test it.
Yes, he told us how to test it, how to hook up your manometer, and
Nice. Oh yeah, with
also
the
like
port.
for leakages, if you have
Yeah,
leakages on the connections, or if the disconnect just can't get off, and now you gotta get a new one
yeah.
because the old one is clogged or.
Oh, have you taken the Watts classes?
I signed up. I did a few of them sometime. I think
Okay.
you posted a video about 2 years ago.
Yeah,
I
right. I
did.
was about to say those were years ago.
Yeah.
For the Watts gas, and I don't know if you saw that where I had the gas flow meter, the Watts Pro.
Now you see, 2 years ago, when you talked about that stuff, because I was
Hmm.
really green.
Hmm.
I tried to get in there, but I did not know what I was looking at. But now, having gotten my feet wet a little bit,
Hmm.
I can go back and it makes more sense.
Yes, and I've been saying that. I said I'm going to say all these things. It's not going to make much sense, but when you go back, and that's why sometimes I have to talk for hours because it's like, sometimes you guys will actually get it and come back to some of the stuff later. And
Oh, I just pulled up the calendar. So they
yes,
have it's a 5-day training. The first day is Imperial.
hmm,
Then you have Star for the
yes,
second day. Then Magic Kitchen.
yes, Magic Kitchen. So that's the griddle that's in all the like Five Guys locations. That's the griddle that you often find in Olive Garden or Red Lobster and
Mm,
other
okay.
places too. Yeah, but
Then
Magic Kitchen is
Thursday
used
would be Wells.
exclusively in Five Guys. What's that now?
Thursday would be Wells. Then Friday would be Land. So it's five days: Imperial, Star, Magic Kitchen, Wells, then Lang.
Okay. But there's another one. All right, so that's because that's one particular style, but they have another one. So another week where they're just doing fryers.
Let me
They
see.
have
Let me go
another
to
week
the.
where they're just doing fry. And if you look, it's like it should be September though. It's like September,
Okay.
and so
Yes.
they,
So
they
they have Pitco and Perfect Fry.
yes.
They have
So that's
two
what
days
I'm
of
going.
Pitco and one day of Perfect Fry.
Yes. And so
Okay.
perfect fries are nice. I deal with perfect fries in like daycares, like the little 24-hour daycare type stuff, the little hourly daycare, and you'll run into those in concession stands. Oh, shoot. So what they are is they actually just have a pot inside of them, and they're actually like, and so you're frying the food in a pot in a box,
Mm,
and so you don't need the sprinkler system, and you don't need the hood and all this other stuff because it's all built into the perfect fry system.
mm.
So,
And
and
I
some
think
of them are
they also have a budget ventless.
yes, right. So that Blodgett ventless thing. Oh yeah, that's Giles. Yeah, I think that's so that is that hood system that mounts above their combi ovens. Hold on, let me show you. Because that's why now you know about that Giles. Did you ever call Giles?
No, no.
Ah, okay. So
Yeah.
Giles is they'll call you, especially in your area. They'll call you whenever they have a service issue, and if you want to tag along, they will show you how to fix the ventless hood system.
Okay.
Um,
Now, Gauss, is that the same as in the same market like Firex and them?
no, it's just like the hood system for Blodgett.
Okay.
It's the same thing. So I got it on the screen here. So this is that little thing. So you saw it, right? The Blodgett hood system with the little
Yes.
sponge in there. Was it an orange sponge
Now,
or
it's,
yellow?
we're not really messing with it. We just
Okay,
walked
okay,
right past it. That's like a different training altogether, but
okay,
I saw it
okay.
in the showroom.
So if you look on the screen now, so this is Hood Mart, but the guile system is like that. But essentially on the inside, they're just like the Blodgett. See that the Blodgett ventless, It is a separate piece that mounts on top of the Blodgett oven.
Oh.
And because we were talking earlier about the Henny Penny, Henny Penny is using this oven essentially and the same system. So I've installed a number of these in schools here in Texas. And see, Wells makes one. But Giles is in all of the pizza shops that Pizza Hut. So Giles is in all the Pizza Hut when they sell wings. So they have an Imperial. Yeah, they have an Imperial deep fryer, and it's under a Giles ventless hood system. So they'll have Giles or they have Pitco in these wing stops. So it's a 2-for-1 for you. Because now you're part of the team. Not really, but you know what I'm saying. You can now throw around some names when you have somebody on the phone for tech support. So, and I'm pretty sure they told you that. Oh, just say you had the class with Jim and so, and they let you tour the facility.
Yeah, well, actually, that's the last thing we did today. So we walked around.
Right.
We saw the induction pasta cookers, the induction ovens, the induction stove stuff, the induction woks. It's amazing.
Yes. So when you do call on tech support, make sure you let them know you have taken that class. You did tour the factory. Make sure you mention the name of the trainer, and then you can go into your questions. But make sure you get that out first.
Yeah.
Make sure you get that out first. You'll have a much better relationship with the people on the phone.
I see.
Much better situation. It's much better to get that out first than to talk about the issue and then have to backtrack and say, well, I did go to the class. Just start out by saying, hey, yeah, I'm out here in this unit. Just so you know, I went to the class, back in, where were we, in May? Back in May, and so was the instructor, and I took a tour of the warehouse and all that, blah, 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 and I went to the, the gas and electric class. You will have a much better experience with tech support once you do that. You don't have to give a long, drawn out story. You can make it quick. You can make it quick, but once you do that, it's their mentality is going to be different when they're dealing with you. Yes. They're actually going to reference stuff from training when you have them on the phone. Trust me.
I see.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. What else are you looking to learn? What else are you looking to get out of this industry right now?
So, okay, now my plan was to come for this and then go for the Turbo Chef training, also the 3-day Turbo Chef, because I see these a lot now in the market. But having come for this training now today, I think I need to come back for the Follett training. It's the Follett 3-day training.
Ooh, you want to go into the ice, huh?
Yeah, now you see, Mike, you be talking about this stuff. So why do I have to kind of reinvent the wheel?
Right.
I'm gonna listen to what you say. I try. I'm not saying I'm gonna try.
Well, I try to stay consistent and come here and address different things for you guys. And I can do a lot better when I have interaction from you guys, because now I can pinpoint something that you actually need to know. And this is crazy because so on the screen I got the Follett website with the training, and they haven't mentioned anything about the in-person classes. I wonder what the hell they're doing.
No, so actually, because I went for the virtual training for the Follett, but the training that you get in Dallas, you will not find it on the Follett website. That is,
yeah. Oh, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Okay, so here's what they used to do. They used to come to our, whatever city you're in, and they would treat us to a steak dinner, and you get this big telephone book with every, all the schematics and all the how to, everything that they have. They would give you this very expensive book,
Mhm.
very expensive. Yeah. So my guess is you probably still, I mean, if they're still doing the book, you'll probably still get the book, but everything they have is currently online right now. So it's
Mm.
all on the website. Every single, for whatever unit you're working on, they have step-by-step instructions for everything: how to clean them, how to diagnose them, the schematics on them, part numbers, everything.
And and just to add on to that, because what I just learned, when you talk about folate, it's not actually just the eyes; it's the medical industry. That's a big part
Yeah,
of what they do.
so they're big with food, not food bank, they're big with blood banks and stuff like that, because they make specific blood bank freezers, stuff like that. They go over that in the class. um and I tell you guys, all you guys, the same thing. Like, hey, man, that's a whole nother world. It's a whole nother set of responsibilities when
What do
it
you
comes
mean?
to that.
What do you
So,
mean?
well, you're responsible now for the medicine.
Okay. Now
So,
I've done
when,
a job like that, and
what,
it was a pediatrician office,
uh-huh.
and they had to condemn the unit,
Hmm.
but I had to fill out insurance paperwork for them to be reimbursed. They had to have a
Exactly. Because you're talking about thousands of dollars in a single fridge. You might have a single vial of cancer medication worth $500, $800 or more. And what happens when that you've worked on that fridge and something goes wrong? You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
it's not like your regular service call. When something goes wrong, you have to drop everything and go. They
Yeah,
don't
because
have,
for the
yeah,
vaccines they had 2 hours.
yeah,
Once it crossed over the 2 hour
they have to
threshold,
throw it away.
even if the unit was fixed, they had to throw away
They got to
all
throw it
the
away.
medicine.
Yes. And so that's what I'm saying. You must respond. You must respond.
Mm,
It's, I mean, it's a whole different world. So if that facility that you're taking care of isn't close to where you live, it's a recipe for disaster.
okay.
Yeah. Like I said, and it's not just the medicine. Like I said, their fridges and their freezers are made specifically for plasma. So yeah, the classes are nice and all that kind of stuff, and they go over the charting system because they still cover the old circular chart on those units that are there. But the new ones are all digital.
Okay.
Hmm. So it is what it is. So just so you know, man, you still gonna be dealing with cheap ass customers. It ain't like it's more money.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
because all right, like I deal with some of them, and they're Indians. When have you ever known an Indian business owner to say, "Oh yes, the money is no object. I will pay whatever you want."
I've been told, if you take care of me, I'll recommend you to my other people. I know so many other people.
Damn it. I guess my mic dropped out. Yep, my mic did drop out. You got me? Hello? I was going on and on and on. My bad. I was going on and on and on, and you couldn't hear a damn thing. Hold on, where did my mic go? Doggone it, I have my other mic. I'm sorry, where did we leave off at? Where did you stop hearing me? Uh-oh. The hell? My bad. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. It won't unmute. Don't know why it's not unmuting you. You can't unmute your guest. Oh, your mic also isn't connected. You have to unmute yourself from your end. My bad. I know people are like, this is a bug. Yeah, I'm sorry. You got to unmute yourself. Let me drop you. Oh, there you go. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm going to kick that one out and add you. All right, welcome back. That was on me. My microphone, I got two, but my microphone died. My mic died. Where you at, brother? Yeah, see. Can't hear you. All right, so now that you all can hear me, all right, Kabira, what I was saying is you do have a lane. I mean, over there you could deal with the compound pharmacies. You could deal with the 24-hour emergency service facilities. You might have a lane there, but unless you're trying to deal with some kind of large facility or some kind of large hospital, some kind of blood bank, dialysis type of deal with a chain, you're going to be running into some cheap ass people. So those Indians are cheap, and Kabiro, you know how some of those African pharmacists, those African doctors, those African medical nurse practitioners can be, they're not trying to pay, man. I don't know where everybody comes up thinking that there's all these riches that's going to come about from working on medical fridges. It's just a fridge. So it is what it is. What you got? Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, but you do. There are a lot of Africans that have gone into that emergency care business. So they run quite a few of that emergency care. I do know some are in compound pharmacies, but I haven't seen them in the dialysis side of things. So take it for what you will, but yeah, man, it's still rough unless you're going to be dealing directly with the hospitals or dealing directly with these chain dialysis places, or the people the blood bank places that they're selling the blood. What the hell is that? But yeah, we are. What the hell is this? Oh, we are. I'm gonna wrap this up, man. I do appreciate you for coming on. I thank you so much for coming on, sharing your experience. It means a lot to me. I was kind of curious about it too. I know that these guys are very good trainers. Your trainer probably have been in the industry for probably 30, 40 years. So it's just good. And I love hearing these, your perspective. It goes a long way when you guys are in the room with all these corporate technicians. You know, when you're around there and then all these guys are from, like you said, from Tech 24 and Parts Town and all that other stuff. You know, that really, you gain a different perspective about the business. You know, you like, whoa, this is this is big time. This is real money. And those guys are talking about how much they're charging when they go out and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Kabiru, if you're still here, bruh, listen. Just any one of those guys that you've been friendly with, just say, hey man, what's the average charge? Like, what are you guys charging? Like, what do you got to bring in at the end of each day? Like, how many calls are you doing? And watch, you're gonna hear it's gonna be pretty much like what I'm telling you. It's like they want them to do 2 calls a day, and they want them bringing in between 1,500 to $2,000 a call. You know, so go ahead and ask them. Yes, like Kabiru says, it opens up your mind, and it sure. Oh, there it is, and it sure does open up your mind because it is. Bruh, it is, I can't explain that feeling. Like you go in there and everybody got their uniforms on and some of the guys got their little Boy Scout patches and shit on and all this other stuff. They got their little hats and shit. And it's fun and games for them. You know, it's serious for us. You know, they're paid to be there. We're losing money being there in that damn class. They're paid to be there. They're getting per diem and all this other shit. They're getting a paid vacation. And you're over there sweating bullets. Customers is calling and shit like that. But it is well worth it. And you are always going to learn things. My viewpoint on it is if you just learn one thing from any training class, that one thing is going to make you money. That one thing is going to make you that much more of a professional in your customers' eyes. It's going to save you on callbacks. It's going to save you on time diagnosing different issues, learning just that one thing. And there is absolutely, positively nothing wrong with revisiting a class. There's nothing wrong with that. Kabiru is saying that they're giving you material. So that is a good thing. And there are other people out there doing the same thing, like the gas, water, steam class and stuff like that. There are local classes. If you're not able to make these trips, like the Middle V class, oh God, I just lost track of it. Not ISSA. The industry chosen training class, they're doing the same thing. They have a water, steam, gas, electricity training. A new hire training is what they call it. Cefesa. So Cefesa has that. So you can always do the Cefesa one. And then there are local ones that are taught by, oh man, there are local ones taught by Baker. Bakers will from time to time have a class. URI not URI, but Baker from time to time has classes. Johnstone Supply. Johnstone and Johnson, like Johnson University, has these type of classes. Make sure you sign up with them. Johnson Supply. Johnson, and there's Johnson Supply and John Stone. Two different companies. So Johnson Supply. I see they're everywhere. There they are. They keep the GPS is always going to do this. So let me go with Johnson Supply University. So they have their own classes that they have online and they have in person. This is with John Stone. There's John Stone and John Son. Two different companies. I want to browse. And so they have online classes. And it's essentially going to be the same thing. They're going to have gas. They're going to have water. That kind of stuff. So see, here it is. Fundamentals. John Stone Tech. It is also free. Flexible, affordable way to become an HVACR. That's what we do. HVAC, and you add the R. That's the other stuff. And they have the e-learning. Let me give you guys the link to that. I know you guys like this. Oh, good. I know you guys like to say that, you know, you do just fine with the e-learning and whatnot. But if you really want it in person, I don't know what the hell I do. Oh, there it is. If you really want the in person, yeah, you can take it. I don't have any issue with it. Oh, Michael Emmanuel. Is there a centralized location to access commercial? Of course there isn't. I've only been making content for 4 years stating that there is no centralized. There would be no need for me if there was a centralized location. Michael Emmanuel, there would be no need for me. I would just tell you, hey, go here. Done. I would be done. Hey, you go here. That would be it. Go here. I can't say go here. Every freaking video you see me searching the damn interweb on Al Gore's internet looking for where this is, where that is. Oh, Michael Emmanuel. Or do you have to reach the manufacturer? Of course you have to reach the manufacturer. Look, there is no, I mean, we have the Manufacturers Association or whatever the hell they got, but there is no standard. Let me make myself big. I've talked about this ad nauseum. I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face. Michael Emmanuel, you must be married. You gotta be married. Brother. Man, you made me lose the track of thought. So they have a manufacturers association, but there is no, in the United States of these Americas, operating with, within the Gulf of America, operating, touching the Atlantic, operating, touching the Pacific, brother. Any manufacturer in the United States can build any equipment however he sees fit, as long as it passes one of two different testing agencies. One is UL, that's Underwriters Lab, and then the other one, damn, I can never think of the other one, because the other one is the Upstart. Damn it. Anyway, they're like the agency that tests automobiles with crash tests. The Appliance manufacturers have to pass a very similar type test. So you have to, for every item that they want approved, they have to submit, like, I forgot what the woman told me. Because like you or I can just make a stove. There's a commercial stove. There's nothing to it. You and I can make a griddle. There's absolutely nothing to it. But you have to submit to one of the testing agencies like 3 units. It's like between 3 and 8 units. And then they have to, the agency then tries to get the units to malfunction and then see what kind of damages that can occur with the units. And of course, they have to test it for failure. Now, on the commercial side of things, because we make the body, not we, but they make the body, as Kabiru said, Harper Wyman is the one supplying the parts, the gas valves, the surface burner valves, the Stryker, the thermocouples, the Eaton, Harper Wyman, shoot, what was the hell the other one we were just talking about? Because the other one is it gets phased out all the damn time. But anyway, high-low valves, gas valves, strikers, and all that shit. Harper Wyman makes that stuff, and the manufacturers just insert it into their equipment. So as long as the equipment doesn't rupture or fail, they pretty much are going to pass. And that's where anything that's pressurized, now you're talking about some issues. Other than that, there really isn't much to it. But I go through all that to say there's no standard in the United States. The EU, the European Union, they have a standard. That's why stuff that's made in Europe is all same. It's all very similar because they're using they're using Defendi, they're using Staub, they're using all the same suppliers over there, and everything has to be built to a certain tolerance, a certain style. No matter if it's France or Germany or England, they all have to be built the same damn way. And once again, when it comes to Asia, most of that stuff is same. There's very little difference between them. And matter of fact, so many of the Asians are suing each other because they're all copying off of each other with their own designs. If they didn't already steal and copy that from a US manufacturer, or didn't steal and copy that from an Italian or German manufacturer. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff in Russia and Turkey and India doesn't pass our standards, because otherwise we'd be flooded with that stuff. But unfortunately for them, it doesn't pass UL standards. Otherwise, we would have a ton of their cheap ass appliances here, especially from India. So I go through all that, Michael Emmanuel, to say, no, there's no central place, because there used to be, and this is going to sound like hyperbole, but there used to be tens of thousands of commercial appliance manufacturers. Tens of thousands. And they just, as the decades have gone on, they have just consolidated. This one by the latest example I love to give is my beloved Ultra Fryer. Ultra Fryer was down the street from me. It was in San Antonio. I'm in Houston. Drive my ass down on I-10 and just going down the street. And I went to class and all this other stuff. The factory where they make them from raw materials. Just there. And overnight, blink of an eye, Pitco came and just gutted gutted that manufacturing facility in the middle of the night with a whole bunch of flatbed trucks, and they just took everything in a single night. The damn employees came in the morning to an empty shell that was locked, of course, but to an empty shell. So, and that happens a lot. But every city, every town had a stove manufacturer because there's nothing to it. Not, it's cars were like that too. Cars are coaches. Coaches were like that. Horse and buggy coaches were like that. And then they got consolidated. And commercial appliances used to be like that. Residential appliances used to be like that. Every town had someone that made a refrigerator. And it just kept getting consolidated until now we're at the point that we are, with both residential and commercial. We have a much smaller group of manufacturers than what it used to be. Oh, bro, Michael, man, it's always been the Wild Wild West because this is the United States of America. This is hey, you can't tell me what to do, right? This is America. So to go in to come into my garage and tell me, hey, you can't make that stove. That's not America. This ain't Venezuela. This is United States. This ain't Ukraine. This is the United States. This is not a socialist country. This ain't China. So you can use whatever supplier you want to make whatever you want to. You can actually make your own appliances. It's just at a certain point, after you make so many, or to sell to the general public, you have to have UL approval. And the other one, I can't think of the other one, but like Electro-Freeze is proof of this. Like Electro-Freeze, Ultra Fryer is proof of this. So the people that ran these restaurants was like, the equipment I'm using is bullshit. I'm going to make something better. And that's what Carvel, and that's what Carvel, the owners of Carvel did. They made their own ice cream machine. And then it was so they didn't need UL approval. There wasn't no UL approval back then anyway, but they didn't need any damn approval because it was only used in a Carvel ice cream store. That was their equipment. They made their own equipment. Ultra Fryer was started by Popeyes. So Popeyes was like, we need something else. These other fryers this ain't it. This ain't what's happening. So Popeyes commissioned their own fryer for their own specifications. And the list goes on and on and on and on. And it's still done to this day. But now you don't go to a regular person and do it to get something made. You got to go to Frymaster. Say, hey, Frymaster, we want 125 unit fryer. Right? Well, we only make 75. Well, make one twice as big. How about that? And so they would commission Frymaster to make something like that. You would go to say, hey, True Refrigeration, we want a fridge that does this and that. And that's what they did with Salad and Go. So Salad and Go was like, we want this particular type of make table. And True did that. They made a particular machine for Salad and Go. Now Salad and Go is gone. But you used to have, you would go down to your local iron worker, your local sheet metal shop, your local iron worker, sheet metal, even plumber, and they would make you whatever you're looking for, or you would use a combination of those guys to get you the equipment you're looking for. But those days are gone now. And people like me, even though you guys think I'm young, but people like me, when we're gone, the memories of that kind of shit is going to be gone too. With that being said, I'm glad you guys are participating. I'm done rambling on. If there's nothing else, I'm gonna log off. And Michael Emmanuel, stop giving your wife gray hair. I know you giving her ass gray hair, bro. I know you giving her gray hair. So with that, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Enjoy your day. I hope you enjoying the industry, learning a lot so far. And be relentless. That's it. I'm done. If this stuff will work.
Be relentless. That's it. I'm done.
We are same, but different, but still same.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Yeah.
Gentlemen, don't waste your time in the vain pursuit of this and that endeavor. To be high on hopes and illusions. To be high on hopes and illusions. To be high on hopes. Be high on hopes. Gentlemen, don't waste your time in the vain pursuit of this and that endeavor. To be high on hopes and illusions. To be high on hopes and illusions. To be high on hopes. Be high on hope.
I haven't got time for this Mickey Mouse bullshit.